For decades, physicians at Children's National Hospital in Washington, D.C. have treated patients from the UAE in need of specialized care. This history laid the foundation for a long-term friendship and partnership between the UAE and Children's, with the shared goal of providing world-class pediatric care to patients in the U.S., the UAE, and across the Middle East. In 2009, the UAE partnered with Children's to establish the Sheikh Zayed Institute for Pediatric Surgical Innovation, a state-of-the-art facility that has pioneered a number of breakthroughs in pediatric surgical technology. And this innovative partnership continues to grow. Through new initiatives in Washington, D.C. and abroad, the UAE and Children's National Hospital are working together to make pediatric surgery less invasive, less painful, and more effective. Here to discuss how the UAE is working with Children's National Hospital to improve the delivery of pediatric care is Dr. Julia Finkel, Director of Pain Medicine Research and Development at the Sheikh Zayed Institute for Pediatric Surgical Innovation. Dr. Finkel, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
Tell us about the UAE's partnership with Children's National Hospital. When was this partnership established and why?
Well, it began in 2009 when the UAE gifted $150 million to create the Sheikh Zayed Institute for Pediatric Surgical Innovation, the purpose of which was to generate innovations that would make surgery more precise, less invasive, and pain-free. This effort was further amplified in April of 2019 in an effort to expand the reach of this innovation and development and establish the Research and Innovation Campus.
How has the UAE's support enabled Children's to launch and develop the Sheikh Zayed Institute for Pediatric Surgical Innovation? What spurred the establishment of this center?
Well, the support given by the UAE was absolutely essential to provide the resources, staff, and facilities to produce the programs and cutting-edge research that goes on there. Both the UAE and Children's National are committed to establishing transformative innovations to change care for children.
The relationship that the UAE has with Children's National Hospital is unique. What impact has the partnership had on pediatric care in the United States and beyond over the last 10 years?
Well, the impact has been fairly profound for only 10 years. We've launched the world's first premier pediatric device development consortia. We've filed over 40 patents for groundbreaking medical innovations. There are 8 spin-out companies to which this intellectual property has been licensed. The invention of the first device to provide an objective assessment of pain and pain relief has been done. The world's first pediatric surgery using high-intensity focused ultrasound has been performed. And we've created software that detects genetic conditions using facial pattern recognition algorithms.
Dr. Finkel, you recently pioneered the development of a groundbreaking tool that has the potential to change the world of pediatric surgery. What was the inspiration for this project, and how does it work?
Well, the inspiration was born out of a need to measure pain, especially in nonverbal infants and children. So if we can't measure pain, we can't treat it, and that's a major impasse to care. And so we had a discovery that really enabled a platform technology that we established where we were able to determine that various nerves, these sensory nerves that project to the brain, also produce pupil effects that we're able to detect and measure. So we're now able to objectively measure pain, determine its type as well as intensity, and that's allowing us to better able to choose a correct drug for a given condition and measure its effects so that we can alter the dose.
How did the Sheikh Zayed Institute make the development of this tool possible?
Well, without the resources of the Institute, we would not have been able to establish this technology. It started as a simple idea, and in order to produce the types of proof of concept needed, we had to actually generate a prototype device, and that requires substantial resources. But once that was done, we were able to provide proof of concept and further develop this platform technology that allows us to objectively measure pain.
The UAE recently announced a gift that will help construct the Children's National Research and Innovation Campus. What will the new campus mean for your work and for the level of care available to local families?
Well, this is going to be a one-of-a-kind pediatric research and innovation campus. It's going to have partners like Virginia Tech and Johnson & Johnson. And with those kinds of resources, we'll be able to amplify what was done with the Sheikh Zayed Institute's Innovation Institute. Families of children with rare diseases will get the answers they need through our Rare Disease Institute. the first center of excellence for clinical care for rare diseases designated by the National Organization of Rare Disorders. Startup companies that will be part of the J Labs at Washington, D.C. will benefit from all of the mentoring and incubation space and collaborations that occur on this campus. And a state-of-the-art laboratory will house our Center for Genetic Medicine and Research.
Thank you so much, Dr. Finkel, for speaking with us.
And thank you for having me.
And I hope you'll all join us next time for another episode of Global Lenses, United Arab Emirates.